Shine. Give me a piece of home. One small thing to do. You got me going in circles. Whoa, round and around I go. You got me going in circles. Oh, hey, how's everybody? Oh, good evening, good evening. Hello, hello to everyone. I'm a man of many meanings, without a guess. What I'm doing today is I'm checking some of my. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Left margin and noted PM. Okay, tonight I'm looking at a couple of my cuttings that I'm doing. Oh, thank you very much. I'm looking at some of my cuttings. Now, keep in mind, folks, these cuttings, these are from my kiwi. I got some downstairs. What made me want to take a look at them is they're developing these green. See the green growth on them? Let me see, can I get that out there? There's one there. There's a couple others there. Now, think about it. When I bought this plant, it was about 2 inches tall. I paid $12 for this plant. I go online. I see these plants selling for $15 and $20. Look, see the little green on them. I got one here and one there and another one on the other side. Yeah, there it is. And one there. Let's see, can I make that? Yeah, right there. Now, here's the thing I want to look at right now. Wow. A lot of people coming in. I didn't know that many of y'all was waiting on me. Thank you. This is, I use rooting powder, and I can see this here. It's a rooting powder. I don't see any roots, but the paper is damp. It's not wet. And so that's what I'm doing. And there's another one. Let me get the one that's rooted out. Oh, well, let me get the one that's got showing most of the green. And at the very tip of it, that's the green that came out. And I'm thinking that's a good sign, right? Uh, I'm going to wrap it back up. It's moist. I'm going to keep it in the bags. Now, something is telling me to introduce these cuttings to a higher temperature because I got them in a pretty cool place where they are. Yes, best from the willow tree, absolutely. But I was actually looking for a rooting hormone that's like a gel, and I can't find it in any of the stores I go to. So the only place left is online. Now, so I'll zip it back, and I'm thinking of introducing this to put it on a heat mat or something. And let's see what else I got here. Now the grapevines are not showing any signs of any activity whatsoever. But I'm thinking that they were put in there on the third. So let's see what how many days ago that was. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and we're talking about a vine that was basically completely dormant. So I can't be mad about that. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, okay. Now these are my rose bushes. See the little green there at the tip? The green that wasn't there on the third. That was not there. Now I'm going to open this one up and see if I have any roots. And they say to open these bags up every so often to let some of the fresh air in there so you don't get a whole bunch of bacteria build up. Now, here's the one with, and there are no roots at the bottom. No roots. None. But that little top came out on its own. no roots. And I'm trying to grow rose bushes for free. Now I'm gonna wrap these back up tight, nice and tight. Now the paper here is still pretty moist. So far I did everything correct. I put them inside these freezer bags, and I have paper that's wet around the cuttings, and it looks like I'm on the right course. So, and now we got this one up here. Let's see what this one is. Now this one, oh, okay. I'm not going to even open this one because I don't see. This is the blackberry. I have tons of these plants, so whether they take off and do something, yay or nay, but you know what we're going to do, we're going to open them up anyway. Now I'm paying attention to what I'm doing while I'm doing this. I'm feeling the paper. It's moist, it's nice and wet, but it's not dripping wet. And I'm unrolling them to see if I see any signs of any kind of root development. Now, this looks like, and it's got, oh, I didn't see this before. Got plenty of green coming out on it. Green there, green there. If you look really hard, it's green. That was not there before. I love it. It's working. So, my job is to pay attention to this and learn from it. Now, I'm going to wrap this back up like this with newspaper, that kind of newspaper without the shiny paper. And I'm putting them back in the bag. Now, in the bag, zip closed, because I had them open for a period of time. And that's a positive thing to keep them open. Here's one, just checking to make sure all of them are sealed. That one wasn't sealed right. Here's another one that's open. That's the grapevine. We want that to stay sealed. And we got this is a big one here, big pack. And I got here's what I did. I have these here, and I have also some down on what they call it. I have some down there just in a jar of water, and they are doing the same thing as these are doing. So I'm just trying something here. They're doing exactly what these are doing. There's no root development. It's just some green that's developing on it. Now, I would go as far as saying that the what do they call these things here? These are the kiwi, and the kiwi are coming out in dormancy because they're not supposed to be greening out, and it's in the dead of winter. But it's doing what it can do to get some light, and so I've been keeping them in partial light and keeping them in a room that, well, the room is not as warm as it should be. I'm going to put it in a warmer location and go from there. And that's what I'm going to do. Put it in a warmer location. I could actually, and I think I might do that, put them on a heating mat and see what happens. Let's see. We all do Yep. Let's see. Watch out for the male. Let's see. Good. Good evening, folks. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for. Let's see. I love this. Everybody talking to each other. That is good. That's how you learn. What kind of roses are there? I don't know what kind of roses they are. I got them from Home Depot maybe 8 years ago. Excuse me. Home Depot had them on a clearance. They were like $2.50. I think the label fell off of them, and well, I might have the label somewhere. when they grow, they are a red and a yellow flower, and that's what they are. And they're beautiful. They're beautiful. And one day I took a cutting, stuck it in some sand in the dead of winter. When spring came, I looked at it and tried to take it out of the soil so that it had rooted out. And I said, "Oh my God, that's how you do it." And I kept trying to do it after that. I couldn't, was unsuccessful. Then I paid attention to how to follow, what to exactly do, and they leaf out. They actually root out. Now I have some out there in the dead of winter right now. So I'm trying a couple things here. Some are out there in sand. Let me go up there. It comes up. Thank you, brother. Thank you. And the thing about it is that I am trying to grow roses. I refuse to go out and buy any. Nope, won't do it. I have 2, 3 rose bushes on my property. I have one that's red that's in the front of the house. I'm going to also take cuttings from it. I have the yellow and red one in the back of the property. And all I'm doing is cloning that one or getting cuttings from it. And I'm going to have those throughout the back of the yard. So that they're big. They're about medium-sized rose bush. A good-looking plant. I just wanted to grow, be there so that pollinators and also when I do my video shoots in the yard, you see those big, beautiful roses. But I got to figure out how I'm going to position them and where I'm going to put them at, so they look really great and catch your eye when you come into the yard. Some people are really good at that. I'm not an expert at that. I got 6 thumbs up, and I want to say thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you very much. The roses, all these plants, by the way, folks, are absolutely free to me. I like that. They're free. But I'm going to find a sure way to root these. And that's why I'm trying this method here. And also I'm trying the jar of water. And then the other one is they're in sand. They're stuck down in sand and they're outside. And you can do that in the spring. And I've done it in the winter. I've had them root out even in the winter. Yeah. Do you have any comfort? Comfort. I probably do have comfrey on my property. I never worry about comfrey. Some people say it's great to make teas with for your plants. Good people, here's what I do. And a lot of videos will not tell you this. I go out and I get weeds. Weeds. I don't care what kind they are. I get weeds and I'll make a tea out of it. And I make anywhere from 32 gallons up to 32 gallons of it at a time. It's great stuff. And it's free. Girl, you know what I want. I want the same thing you do. 'Cause I've been hurt many times, just like you. I wanna be good to you. Okay, what's your question? Oh, thank you very much for the compliment there. I appreciate it. Oh, absolutely. Take your time. Singing is nothing but practice. It's over and over again. It's over and over again. It's just practice. I tell everybody that because it's just the truth. People used to laugh at me, and now I go to places and I sing. Or if I do it, I've done weddings, I've done shows, and it's just something I do. It's part of my character. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you. Hormone. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I used root hormone. I just there are a lot of things you can do when you take a cutting that could affect your success on the cutting. There's a lot of things. It's got a now the term. I want to make sure I use the term correctly, but you got it's you're cutting it close to the I can't think of it right now. I'm just so tired. Stayed up all last night. But you're cutting it very close to one of the points where it creates a branch, or and that's the point you want to cut it at. You want to cut it close to that, but not into it. Cut it close to that. Maybe scar it on both sides. Just cut the. Yes, yes, absolutely. And then I use what they call like a playground sand. Playground sand is great for doing this because I mix it with a mixture of playground sand and compost. And I push it down in there. And once you push it down in there, you're gonna see how many of the. Oh God, I'm drawing a blank now. I'm having a seniors moment. They call it the because yeah. Something about this thing, 1 million, one in a million. That's a song I used to do. That's a song I used to do back in the day. But you cut it close to the point where it sends out another branch, and you push it down into the sand mix with a 50-50 mix of compost, and a lot of times it will root out. Now, some people will take a clear plastic bag and they will put it over the container. Make sure that it has very good drainage in the bottom, very good drainage. That's very important. And you put the bag over the clear trash bag, clear like this, that kind of clear. And you put that over it, and you twist tie it, and you put it in an area that's mostly shade, yes, not direct sunlight, but shade. And I've had many of them root out in that condition. I mean, in those conditions. Yeah, direct sunlight will burn up, but if you put it in the a shaded area, you'll get a much greater turnout. Mike McGorman, I think he shows a video on how to root cutting. He shows a video, very good video on how to root cutting. Mike McGorman or something like that. Mike's Garden, I think you can find him that way too. But growing cuttings saves you money. It's like going to a store that's giving you free cuttings. It's just like getting free cuttings. Because if you already have the plants at home, whether it be rose bushes, whether it be any kind of plant that you have there, bush, you can get cuttings off of it and you can grow those cuttings. You can start a business that way, actually. Get the cuttings, put your sign up. Cuttings $5.95. Cuttings $5.95, and just sell them all day long until you empty out, and then you re-up. You have one tree that you call your tree that you get your cuttings from, and you just keep making cuttings and growing them and selling them, and next thing you know, you use that money towards gas for your car, use that money towards a little dinner for you and the old lady to go out, things like that. Okay, Lee Farmer, did you do a video on selling plants? Yeah, because a lot of the stuff you can sell, but you got, Uncle Sam wants some tax dollars out of it. Oh, okay, okay, that's right. Mr. Food Forest Permaculture does a nursery, so he sells from a nursery. Yeah, I mean, think about it. The plants do all the work, you do some of the work, and you reap the reward. Dip the cutting and honey. Yeah. Honey is another one you could use as a motivator of roots. Absolutely. Let me be good to you. I wanna be good to you. Girl, you know what I want. I want the same things you do. I've been hurt many times, just like you. I wanna be good to you. Let's see here. What we got here? Make two. Yeah. So I'm really excited, folks. I'm really excited. It's incredible. Now I got. Oh, wait a minute. I got garlic over there that I got to do something with because they're getting away from me. They growing. They grow so fast. I'm not about to do. Make. This is our fork in the road, and sparks turn into flame. Though you hold the key, yeah. Whenever you call me, I'll be there. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. Whenever you call me, I'll be there. I'll be around. Oh, this is gonna be great. Once these really leaf out, I will have the kiwi plants that I want. Put them in a nice pot. They be looking all good, growing out like a vine. That's gonna be just incredible. Kiwi plants. I'm gonna raise two more that will make a total of three plants. Oh yeah, that was the song. Yeah, that was it. Whenever you call me, whenever you call me, you tell your age when you when you know songs like that. You tell your age, because that's back there. That's back in the day. That's back when they used to take time and actually write the song. They didn't just play a beat and say some words on it. I'm nervous about. Let's see. Who will you make it? Very. Well, let's see. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, yeah. Music is wanting God. Oh, wait a minute. I think what you're saying you want to sell on Craigslist. Okay, now, okay, I want to sell on Craigslist, but folks might up, I mean, cut up with me. No, I'm telling you, there's people that sell plants on Craigslist. Heck, I even did it one time. I took some pictures of my plants, and I had, oh man, I had, listen, folks, I had all these plants that I grew from cuttings, kiwi, blackberry, large numbers of these plants, and I stuck them up on Craigslist, and within about the second day, people started contacting me about these plants and asking questions. Um, Now I know better how to sell them. You put them on there at a low price because you're interested mostly in volume. And I like that price of $5.95. I just like that price. And because what did you pay for the cuttings? You took them off of a plant, which is what do you call this? It's a kiwi. Kiwi don't know how to stop growing. Kiwi just knows how to grow. And in the summer, when they start growing, they just grow, 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 grow. See, I went down to my kiwi plant a few days ago, took a whole bunch of cuttings off of that bushel. I cut it. I have mine cut into a bush, 4-inch cuttings from the main stem, and that's what I did. You left you one further. Yeah, I mean, Mr. Food Forest Permaculture, do you get some of your plants from cuttings? Oh, wait a minute. I just realized that's a crazy question. Sorry about that. Because I remember you said that you do your own trees, so those are cuttings. Yeah, yeah. So imagine this: you take a cutting that's 6 inches long and you root it out. It's just a cutting that you're going to trim off of the uh, kiwi plant anyway. The same thing goes with grapevines. You're going to cut this stuff off anyway when it goes into the fall. You're cutting it off anyway. And if you set it up right and you got all these hundreds of plants all stacked and leafing out, and as long as you don't get them mixed up and you know what you're selling, and I'm not saying to anybody sell anything because it's a whole big thing when you go to sell it. There's a lot more to it. But once they start selling it, if they know what plant, if they say these are Thompson grape seedless, Craigslist, boom, $5. And guess what they want to know? How many do you have? Do you want to? Because they're not gonna get plants all the time. Because what the big box stores do, they bring in excuse me, they bring in about 3 different plants. So uh that's what what's the name of that place called? Walmart does. They bring in about 3 different grapevines. They try to sell those all year. The only one I'm interested in right now is another plant. There's a grapevine called a flame grape. I'm interested in that one. The seedless, because I gotta have some red grapes in my yard. I can't just have all green grapes. When someone did, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, you can make that. I mean, they identical clones to the ones that they come from, and I still haven't thought of that word. With the tree, the branch has those nodes. Is it nubs? Or no, not nubs. It's because you have what they call spurs. That's not what we're looking for. But when you grow these cuttings, you're cutting close to, and I can't think of it. Okay, I'm doing it. All right. Oh, you know, um, No, 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 no. I'm telling you, Garden City. Listen, um, the lady who contacted me was sounded like an elderly woman. She wanted plants. I saw other plants on there people were selling. They were selling grapevines that were like 6 feet tall, and they were saying, whatever kind of grapevine it was, they said it's 6 feet tall. I'm asking $40 for it. Now you know he grew that from a cutting because he didn't buy it somewhere and then decide to sell it. He grew it and sold it. So some people take a little time and they say, "Well, I want a little bit more money when I do mine, so I'm gonna grow mine up some." Now I don't do that. I get a nice 8 inch piece, 10 feet, 10 inches, and say, "This is a Thompson grapevine going for $5.95." When they look at them, and the picture is what sells it. Good, clean picture that shows you how clean that plant looks, how healthy it is, the size of it. And people will say, "Where do you live?" And they'll come there and get that plant. Or you could decide to meet them at a busy place, so you keep everybody's eye on you. Let's see. Hello, 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 hello. Oh my goodness. Um, I just love it. I just love it because I mean, when your garden starts paying for itself, let's just use that term. When it starts paying for itself, something you love to do and it pays for itself, um, it's a beautiful thing. Excuse me. Tonight, hmm, yeah, it's 7:36 here. I'm thinking about going to cook something, and I'm going to do sausages, garlic, shrimp, and macaroni and cheese, all mixed together. I had that at a restaurant one time. Absolutely loved it. Couldn't believe that it was so simple that they would charge a big price for it. And I said, okay, now memo to self, you can make this yourself. So go ahead and make it yourself. So I bought some pretty good sized shrimp, and I'm going to try those in small portions, of course. I want to stay my. Excuse me. Right. Oh, you talking about, yeah, 'cause you like the seafood. Because I saw you with those lobsters that day, and that took me back to the restaurant days. And I had that job of killing them things. I didn't like killing them. They used to say, you take the knife, top of the head, you shove it through real quick, put them all in the steamer. And I said, man. So um, we'd steam them and let them cool off. Then they go from there into the walk-in refrigerator. When somebody comes in and order one, they come it up, warm it up, and whatever. If it's in a stir fry, whatever, they cut it and decorate it, and the tail they lay it on both ends of the plate. They put the parsley and all that stuff in it, and then they bring it out to your table, and you eat that, and you feel pretty good until that bill comes. Then you say, damn, I got rent to pay. You know, that's I mean, some of these restaurants are like 3 times what the price of what it should be for food. And love travels and so say to you, there's a vulnerability. You look at me differently. love. Yeah, absolutely. I'm thinking about it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, I'm just thinking about for a second, bro. I'm just having a good time knowing that we're still in the dead of winter here. We have all these people on this page here have interest, knowledge, and the ability to grow their own food. There are a lot of people that consider these people here a threat because they can grow their own food. Um, and if I ran a grocery store chains, if I was that kind of person, I don't want this many people being able to feed themselves because that means that it's affecting my livelihood. But I'm happy to see this because this here tells me that people are now gardening for the joy of gardening and also for. Wait a minute, let me ask a question of the room here. How many of you are gardening for food? Because I'll tell you right now, I'll be the first to admit it. I love gardening, but I also garden for food. I don't garden just because it's a hobby. Let's see. Okay, you say you are. Okay, you say I am. She's gardening for food. Okay, let's see. Yes, here indoors. Okay, I am. There's another one there. City, Garden City says I am as well. I am here. Yep, everybody's saying I am as well. So gardening used to be a hobby, something the old people did. Now people are seeing fresh food coming from like a 5 gallon bucket, some holes drilled in the side. You get the 5 gallon buckets all day at restaurants. They'll give them to you. They'll give them to you, and you put some good soil in there and some food in there for it to eat. And you put you one or two plants in there, and the tomatoes, indeterminate, will grow out of that bucket and hang all over the sides. And you have big, pretty tomatoes. Get another bucket, put some cucumbers in it. Get another bucket, and put something else in it that you love to eat. Oh my goodness! You don't even need a backyard necessarily. You could have a bucket garden and grow all of these beautiful and healthy vegetables with some of the finest soil and some of the finest fertilizers. Oh my God. And if you're growing them and using weed tea, compost tea, a worm tea, oh my goodness. Come on now. Those are going to be some of the sweetest tomatoes you've ever eaten. And then you baby them by checking on them daily. If you see bugs on them, get them off of them. If you see the plants sitting there and wilting a little bit, you touch the soil and see how much moisture you have and find out what's going on. Everybody's this first time gardening. All of us had first times, trust me, all of us. We all had that first time we started gardening. But when I got hooked when I started feeling good when I went to work because I felt like I was getting ahead because I had food that I didn't run to the box store or the grocery store and buy. I was growing my own food. And then it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And next thing you know, I had a water system set up. So I shut the city off from getting rich off of my gardening because our water bills here, we just had a report today, is getting ready to go up 30% in the next 3 years. 30% in the next 3 years. That's a big jump. When gardener, I'm something to you. I'm slow. Hold on, please. No problem at all. Take your time. Don't worry about that. Take your time. But the water was going up. I saw first. Look, this little box here. Natural all-purpose fertilizer, water soluble plant food. Okay. I'm not advertising this, but here's what I'm going to say to you about this. You don't need to buy this. You don't need to buy it. It's convenient, but you don't need to buy it. Because you go out there and get a whole bunch of weeds, tear them out of the ground, put them in some water, and leave them there for about 3 weeks. Guess what you got in that bucket? Liquid fertilizer. Liquid fertilizer. Liquid fertilizer. And all you got to do is cut it 1 part to 10 parts water. All you got to do. And I put it in a milk jug. Put it in a milk jug. So now you're recycling using milk jugs as containers holding your fertilizer, and you got a whole gallon of it there. Excuse me. And if you use a 1 part to 10 parts water, you could take and make a ton of fertilizer. You won't need to go to anybody at the end of the week. I mean, at the end of the beginning of the season, the middle of the season, the end of the season. You won't need to go to anybody. You're making your own fertilizer. You are cutting the middleman and the big man out of the equation completely. And then if you get real tough about it, you do what the food forest permaculture does: save seeds. You start saving seeds, you cut everybody out because now you also have the genetics, the technique to grow this stuff, and you're doing fine. Now you got the best tomatoes on your block, and they're asking you, how you growing these? What are you feeding them? And you're feeding them weeds, grass clippings. Come on, that's how you do it. This is not a contest of how much you can spend to do your garden. This is a contest of how much food you can produce that's high quality food. I'm anxious to get started. That's what's wrong with me. I'm over anxious. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. I need to get in the garden. It's something that I do. It's something that I do. I sit at work. I sit at home. I sit everywhere, and all I do is think about gardening. Oh, you said me too. I didn't know anyone out there had caught this disease like I did. Okay, all right. I see. Okay. Let's see. Now you use seaweed. If you have something, I tell you what, if you have something that's convenient to you, use it. My weeds are right outside my door. All I need to do in the spring is go out there and grab handfuls of them. I gotta remember to wear gloves because I keep not doing that. And sometimes there's spiders in them and stuff like that. And you don't need to get bit by something that you go, ow, what was that? And you don't know what it was and just crawled off. You thinking, oh Lord, you don't want to do that. You're no weirdo. You're not a weirdo at all. You just getting your garden on. Now, how many people in this room have went out this year and purchased seeds? I bought Swiss chard. For one reason I just won't give up the Swiss chard. I won't give it up. I just always go get the Swiss chard. I say not me, not yet. Okay, well, you know her. And I went to a couple stores. I'll just give y'all some information because it might also be the same in your location. I said I did too. I did too. Yeah, okay, you already got some seeds. You did too. Is it not necessary? Okay, I see. I'm commenting. Deleted twice. Okay, my comment just got deleted twice. Your comments got deleted twice. I don't know how that happening. But just copy it and paste it back in. I guess it's one way you can do it. Because I didn't. Okay, let's see. Man, it took me a long time to type it. Okay, you say it took you a long time to type it. Um, I guess the only thing I'm glad about right now is that a week ago, a week or so ago, my site used to drop people. I would get 10 people in a room and it would just start, I would start buffering. And now it doesn't do that because where's that piece that I took off of it? Here it is right here. I don't know what this is, but this came with the computer. Um, this makes it wireless. That makes it wireless. So I kept using this. It was fine until you start putting a load on it. Um, so now I just plug it back into the computer directly. I remember that. Yeah, you remember that week? Yeah, it was crazy. I had people coming in trying to get their talk on and have a good time and learn some things, and it kept dropping, and I didn't know what was wrong with it. So I looked at that thing flashing, and I said, "Wait a minute, plug it in direct, see what happens." It hadn't dropped since. It has not dropped since. I remember. I remember that. Ooh yeah, you and me, we were to you. Oh, thank you very much for that compliment. I appreciate that. I want you to grow. I want every last one of you to grow tons of food this year. Tons of food. I mean, look at it, but don't jam everything together so you have problems. But try to grow as much as you can, as much as you can. Grow it in there. Give it to the churches if you don't have it. What about the neighbors? What about your kids that live up there, down the road there? What about your parents that might want some stuff? Grow that stuff. Don't grow a little bit and say, I don't feel like growing it. Grow that stuff. Grow it. Wood chips are good to use. They're good to use. I use now chop and drop, which is just weeds, and grass clippings, things like that. That's what I use. I take a trimmer and I go through my garden and I cut everything down and I leave it right there on the surface. And if I keep doing that year in and year out, year in and year out, my soil will greatly improve. And I don't have to move all those heavy wood chips around anymore. I did the wood chips one time. It felt good until I said, wait a minute, there's 20,000 pounds of wood chips on this property. You need to move these before the neighbors keep complaining, or excuse me, before they complain about this stuff sitting in your driveway. And now I got a better place to drop them if I get them, uh, which is right over the fence in the backyard. All the truck I do is pull up, dump, and I can take up to two loads right there over 20,000 pounds. I have a space for it. They can drop it right there, and it can sit there for years and just turn into the prettiest stuff you ever want to see. But when I did put the wood chips down, I will say this: I had all of these worms that came from wherever. They were very active. They jump around like snakes or something, and I call them Alabama jumpers. You know, which of course I'm not in Alabama, but it had the same kind of traits. This worm. It was about the size of a medium-sized night crawler, and hell, I took them things fishing with me, but they jumped around so much it was hard to put them on the hook. Wood ash. I'm excited about the garden this year. Get excited. Definitely get excited because we are going to blow the roof off this year. We're going to grow some stuff in there. But I'm saying this to anyone: if you need fertilizers, check your local. I went to a couple stores today. I went to what's the name of that store called Walmart. They have Walmart has nothing up there where I go at. Nothing. No seeds. I went to Home Depot. They had no seeds. Nothing out as of yet. The only store that I'm now calling the box store big dogs, that is Lowe's. Lowe's had seeds of every kind already in one, and it's only now that's only one display they have that's out there already. But the other seed companies going to bring their displays in shortly. But they had they had them there. They had a big company, and it was like they had this display right in this, like you're heading into the garden department, and there it was, everything from flowers to everything. Everything was right there, and I said, "Now look at that. Here it is. 3 days Christmas has passed, and they got seeds out. This company means to sell those seeds. It's that simple. They are in a state of emergency. The prices on them, moderate markup. It was there. $2.50 on average for a pack of seeds. That's kind of high where I come from. Where I come from, that's kind of high. But definitely high quality product. That's what they had. Now, Lowe's, excuse me, Home Depot, Walmart, they're gonna jump on a bandwagon in another probably another month and a half or so. They're gonna start bringing in their product. But Lowe's already saturated the area and let people know they have seeds. They already let people know that. I put the word out there across the YouTube. Was one of the first people to tell them, hey, there's seeds out there and they're at Lowe's. So only thing I bought this year was the Swiss chard. The Swiss chard was the only one I bought this year. But I said I was going to do that. I'm not going to buy a bunch of seeds. And my tomatoes I got from Mr. Food Forest Permaculture. And he says that, the ones that he said was like, and I said, okay, because I don't know. He said, really big tomatoes. And I'm really excited to find out what kind of tomatoes are these? What kind could they be? And, so I'm excited about that. There is a kumquat we talked a lot about early part of the day when we were online today. And I really do believe I got to have me a kumquat tree. Now, how old? I got to find out how old does this tree have to do before it produce? Because I got to want to decide whether or not I want to go from seed or do I want to just buy a tree, kumquat tree. And so I went online and I'm trying to learn as much as I can. And there's so many different variety of kumquat trees. Some are better tasting, some are larger, smaller, some are what they call crossbreds. So you get a certain something there because somebody could have one that actually crossed around with some tangerines or whatever, and they now carry their own line of quote unquote. By left. Well, I got a woman way over town that's good to me. Oh yeah. See, I have kumquat. They Well, did you get fruit in a year? I mean, how long have you had it? You ahead of the game. You already have kumquat. 'Cause- Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's old Ray Charles. Oh, let's see. Kumquat. Kumquat. Here I come. You. I have only 2 months. Okay, you only had them a few months. Okay, now what, if you don't mind me asking, what did you, if you paid for those, what did they cost you? A kumquat tree. I want to make sure I'm not getting crazy and spending too much for them. Oh, that's a beautiful price. $9. Fruit. Oh my goodness. Oh my, that is really great. Thank you for sharing that. Because I'm already excited about a kumquat. What? Okay, $29 US. Each one was $29 US. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Let's see. Curious in Texas. Hopefully fruit this year. Hopefully it will fruit this year. Okay. This uh, goes from 50 to $89 for before tax. Okay, yeah, that's the price that I was saying, 50 to about $100 for the tree. I was seeing that, and I was saying, wait a minute. Um, Now, and I've also thought about if stores sold cuttings of these trees online, could you be successful in that perspective? Let's see. I've seen them for $60 on average. Yep, I can believe that. Absolutely, no problem at all. Garden City, I can believe that because anytime you talk about getting fresh fruit and you being the person that's controlling that genetics, having it on your own property, take a couple of cuttings. Now you got a second tree, take a couple more cuttings. You got a fourth and fifth tree. Nobody wants you doing that because you now possess the power to actually start selling your own kumquat trees. You actually do. You actually have that power. But I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying, because some of these trees or these these plants are copyrighted. And they went as far as doing that. Somebody got their name on it. Like if you have the tree that's called the honey crisp apple tree, for instance, that's copyrighted. So if they catch it being sold somewhere and they trace it back, they're going to say, all right, we own this person. Now, they cannot take all the research. Minnesota, I think is where it was developed. They don't want you using their product and getting money from it, and they don't get a dime, which is understandable. Okay, let's see. Growing four trees. Whoa, growing four trees. Okay, from there. One avocado and three citrus trees. Smart move. Smart move. This is this lady is smart. Let's see what we got here. She's growing four trees. She's growing four. She's getting her grind on. Is what she's doing, and that's how you're supposed to do. There's no need and being a person that's going, oh, I gotta run to the grocery store. Oranges is $7 a bag. I was looking at an orange today that was in a bag. Not only was it busted open, but it was mold, green mold on the orange and everything. I'm looking at that. I started to pull out my camera, but I said, I don't feel like filming right now. These people gonna be all these people in here, they're buying all this fruit, and I'm coming up with a camera right next to them saying, oh, look at this right here. It's green stuff all over this one. There's a hole in it. See that right there? Gotta watch for that. No, I don't want to make them feel bad about their food. The only thing I'm saying is the timing wasn't good. I said, gas for me. Ooh, the way I believe in you and me. I believe that we will be in love eternally. As far as I can see, you will always be the one for me. The timing was not good. Well, at least you have the trees. Yeah. You and I will and pictures of my trees. Great. Send the pictures. Thank you. Now, do you what in the zone where you live? What's the coldest it's ever been there in that zone that you can recall? Oh, congratulations! You just picked some off of there. And what zone are you in? Yep. I'm familiar with that site there. Fast growing trees. Them trees are high as hell. Because I even tried to talk myself into buying one time, And I said, I can't, for a peach tree, I can't do, I can't. I'm looking at it, and there was another one I wanted, which was a, God, what's that thing called? It's red, got all these little seeds in it. Um, and they call it a wonderful, can't think of it right now. Can't get no rest. I don't know how I work all day. When will I learn? Memories get in the way. That's it right there. Pomegranate. That's it. Pomegranate is I'm at the tail end of it. The one that I know is it says it's a wonderful. 7 is the last. Is on the end, and that's where I'm at. And I'm afraid to put that thing in my property and have it die. I don't want to do it. Plus, it grows as a bush, and it says grows 10 and 12 feet across, and 15 and all that feet tall and all that. I said I don't need nothing that big. I don't want anything that big. Then he got some Russian varieties that are more cold hardy, but it's not as tasty a treat as the one called Wonderful. Yeah. Can't get no rest. I don't know how I work all day. When will I learn? Memories get in the way. Oh, let's see. Okay. All right. So the next tree that I will see will be a kumquat that I will add to my collection. That will be the next one I will add to my collection. Only instruments I play is vocals. That's it. Um, I love singing because it helps other people enjoy themselves when you're there. It helps them. Because I see people yell and scream when you finish singing or scream during while you're singing during it. Um, and actually, I'm getting ready to purchase some equipment so I can go throughout the city where I live and sing to the elderly. Yes. So I always got my all my songs set up. Where are my songs at? Hell, here we go. These are all my songs. This is my whole show on this. And it's all Barry White and Ray Charles and people like that. Oh, thank you for the compliment. Thank you very much. Thank you. What? No, no, no. It what? His voice is not an instrument. Yeah, a voice is actually an instrument. Um, self-contained instrument. Yeah, it takes years to master it, years to get it to sound halfway decent. It just does. It takes a lot of hard work and a lot of disappointment, and but you got to be realistic about how your voice sounds. You got to work on it, work on it, and work on it, and work on it, and you got to record it. And actually, the hardest thing is listen to your voice back um, over, you know. But if you went on my channel, you'll hear some songs on there that I did. You'll hear some songs. Uh, I think one on there is a picture of Barry White, but when you click on it, it's a Barry White cover song. Yeah, Barry White cover songs. Got a picture of Barry White on front, but the vocals that you're hearing in is actually myself. Yours truly, the Morning Gardener. Well, good people, thank you very much for tuning in. This has been the Morning Garden Show. I want to thank each and every one of you for being part of my show and making this show a success. I want to let you know I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. All of you've been great. And I want you to just keep on growing and keep on gardening. Thank you very much. You have a good evening as well. Thank you. Thank you.